Lowrance has built in several ways to reset your unit on these Elite 7 Ti's if you run into any issues. So I'm going to run through them and show you how to get to them. First one, we'll press the Pages key, go into Settings, and we're in the System menu here. Scroll right down to the bottom to Restore Defaults. This will give us the option to clear alarm history, global settings, local settings. We can also delete waypoints, trails, and any autopilot information that's in here. This reset is good if your unit is maybe acting a little glitchy, doing things that are abnormal, where you wouldn't want to do a hard reset to bring everything back to factory settings. So what you can do is just check off what you'd like to have done, and then just hit OK. The system will restart. Once it boots up again, you'll notice you can select your language and accept the warning. You'll also have the option to configure the device, just like as if you just pulled this unit out of the box for the very first time. Unit is now reset. As you noticed, you will lose a lot of your functions. It changed the screen we were on. However, the pre-programmed screens we have are still there, along with our waypoints. That will not delete waypoints unless you check it off in that box in the system or the Restore Defaults option. That's a very good way to delete all your waypoints, a very quick way to do it should you want to remove them all from the unit. They are not recoverable once you delete the waypoint. This next reset we're going to do is a soft reset. This requires the unit to be turned off and then powered on with a key sequence. So in this case, we're going to hold the Pages key in, press and hold power. You can release the power key, but continue to hold the Pages key. When the unit gives you that beep, you can then release the Pages key, and the unit will now start up as normal with the soft reset performed. If the Restore Defaults didn't solve your problem, the soft reset is the next thing to try. So as you can see, we're brought back to the same menu. You can just answer these questions as we did before. Notice our custom settings are still there and our waypoints are still there. The last reset I'm going to show you is the hard reset. This will delete everything from your unit. The last reset I'm going to show you is the hard reset. Again, this reset requires you to turn the unit off and do a key sequence. In this case, we're going to press and hold the zoom in and zoom out key and power. We're going to continue to hold the zoom in and zoom out key again until we hear that beep or chirp right there. You can release those keys, and now the unit will boot up with the hard reset performed. This reset should only be used if you're having major problems with the unit and as a last resort. This will delete all your waypoints. So as the unit has booted up, again we are faced with this dialog. You'll see we are now located back in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where the unit originates from. We still have our custom settings here. However, our waypoints, routes, and trails are all gone. Before you attempt any reset procedure, you should back up your waypoints. In order to do that, you can go into your Pages, scroll down to Files. You can select Waypoints, Routes, and Trails, and then select Export. You can select them as version 5. You will, when you have a blank SD card in here, have an option of card number 1. Select card number 1 and hit OK. That will save all your waypoints, routes, and trails to your card. This will then allow you to reload them. The final thing I'm going to show you in this video is how to calibrate your screen. If you're noticing when you're pressing on a location on the screen, it's not actually responding, you can turn the unit off, press and hold the waypoint key and power. Continue to hold the waypoint key until you get the beep or chirp, and then you can release the key. This will now bring up the touchscreen calibration dialog. As the screen says, touch crosshair to calibrate, and we're just going to touch as this moves around the screen in order to calibrate the screen. Once the calibration is done, the unit will boot up like normal, and this should fix the problem. If it doesn't, you have a hardware issue and your unit will need to be replaced.